In today's video, we're checking out the latest version of my favorite dual overdrive pedal of all time, the VS Audio Royal Flush. Let's get into it. Welcome back, folks. My name's Shane. You're listening to the tones of the VS Audio Royal Flush Dual Overdrive Pedal. This is an updated version of the classic dual pedal that's been on my board for over 7 years. I've been using it non-stop. It's been my favorite, most versatile pedal of all time because it cleans up better than any other pedal I've ever used. You can have an always on side and then boost the right hand side into it and all that kind of stuff. We'll get into that in just a moment. Let me give you a quick rundown of the new version of this Royal Flush. So the cool thing about this is it's a dual channel overdrive pedal. Our high gain channel is on this side and our low gain channel is over here. And like the prior version, it's a nice simple configuration, a single volume, gain and tone control for each channel. A big point of difference between this Royal Flush and the original is we now have two toggle switches in the center. Now these are called edge switches, and in the down position where they're currently located, this will now sound very similar to the original Royal Flush. It is a slightly different sound, but it's very, very similar. And if you have these up, you're going to get more gain and a much thicker midtone, which is great in my opinion for using it with a bridge pickup, whether that's a humbucker or a single coil. We get top mounted jacks. Our input is on this side, our output is over here, and it comes with an effects loop now as well, which allows you to run this in a number of different configurations depending on your signal chain. Unlike the previous version, which was capped at 9 volts input, this can run at either 9 or 18 volts, giving you a little bit more headroom. Now, if you're a fan of the original Royal Flush, you'll get a kick out of this because it is a very similar tone overall. Just know if you've got the toggle switch up, for example, on the high gain channel on this pedal, and you're only using the high gain side, it's going to have the equivalent gain of both of these channels on. So yeah, again, this is going to give you a lot more drive. We get those nice soft switches that don't click or clunk or do anything funny when you turn them on, which really improves the overall usability of this pedal. It's a pleasure to play live, and again, it's one of the reasons why I've stuck with the Royal Flush long term. Before I forget, there's also some new low noise circuitry in here as well. Being that we get more gain, they've somehow managed to keep the overall noise floor down, which is killer. The great thing is you can switch guitars without having to drastically re-EQ everything. I can switch from humbuckers to single coils, maybe make a subtle adjustment on my amp on the tone control, and that's it. I don't have to mess with the pedal, which is one of the main reasons why I really like to use it. If you'd like to check this out, I'll link it down below, and a massive thanks again to VS Audio for sending this out. All right, let's make some noise. All right, let's kick it off. In today's video, I'm plugged into my PV Bandit Red Stripe, and it's loaded with an Eminence Texas heat speaker mic'd up with a Shure SM57. This is the vintage clean tone on the neck pickup. We're going to start by taking a look at the left-hand side, which is my personal favorite side, even on the original Royal Flush. I just live on this. This is my always-on tone because I can keep my volume control down and it's going to sound basically the same as the clean sound. Now just note the toggle switch is in the down position, so this is more like the original Royal Flush. So as you can hear, it's very dynamic, and this is one of the best things about it. But this new pedal has the two-way toggle switch. So let's flick it up and I'll show you the difference here. Yeah, so you can hear a huge difference, right? So with that toggle switch up, we're getting a much fatter and thicker tone. I love it for single coils. It really does sing. What I'm going to do now is just play some lead stuff. Now this new two-way toggle switch sounds killer on this single coil guitar, but you can also turn down. It doesn't give you any penalties. So if you like to play clean, if you play a Strat, a Telecaster, Kiesel, or whatever with single coils, it's a really cool tone. After using this pedal live, I'm going to show you how I love to use it, and I'm going to also incorporate the second channel. But this is just the left-hand side with that toggle switch up. Again, I can get my nice, clean, bluesy tone. Basically dead clean. If I turn up, and then we can kick on the second side of the pedal here. I'm going to start with the edge control down, the gain's down, the volume's up, and I've got the tone at about 11 o'clock. So again, this is with it off. If you like to play blues, this is such a great sounding pedal, and it's why I've used the original Royal Flush for so long. Now let's flip that toggle switch up. So this is exactly the same settings. First up with it off. Now I've got both sides on, right? I'm going to turn down. Considering how much gain there actually is right now, it still cleans up beautifully. Now with it all the way back up. What a tone. If you're a bridge pickup player in particular, this totally rocks. Now what I'm going to do is just flick both switches down. This is again very reminiscent of the original Royal Flush. It's one of the few pedals that can give you that nice big round overtone but still maintain the clarity on the top end, and this is the familiar sound I'm used to with the original Royal Flush. It's awesome. All right, we're going to switch guitars and then I'll show you some different settings. Over to some humbuckers. I've just set up both sides of the Royal Flush identically to show you the difference between the right-hand side, which is the lower gain side, and the left-hand side, which is the higher gain and my favorite always on side. But anyway, let's have a listen to this. This is neck pickup. I almost think the right-hand side sounds a hair brighter, which is why I prefer to run this left-hand side one on as my always on, and then use the other side as the boost. It really does just give you a nice sort of glassy top end, and we'll have a listen to that now, and then we'll toggle the switches around. Here we go. So there you go, man. That's the Royal Flush Dual Overdrive pedal. What an absolute monster of an effects pedal. The cool thing is, right, while we've got as much gain as you want to throw onto this and all that kind of stuff, you can play with the gain control further down. You can do whatever you like. The fact is you don't really need to. You can just use your volume control to get it to clean up as much as you want. So this is why I set the left-hand side up for my tone, my lead tone, my most used sound. Then I use my volume control, and then when I need a bit of extra oomph and volume and sustain and all that kind of stuff, I click on the right-hand side. And that's it. This thing is so cool. What I'm going to do is compare it up against the original Royal Flush on the next video. So if you already have an original, stay tuned for that. I'm going to do a few other demonstrations with this because I absolutely love this pedal. It's going in the best of 2025, and I'm adding it to my pedal board. I might be running a dual Royal Flush rig moving forward because, man, the Royal Flush has been on my board for at least 7 years now, and this new one is the same but enhanced when it comes to its gain and thickness in the mid-range. So yeah, what a beast. It's a great sort of AB rig here. But anyway, let us know what you think. I'm a Royal Flush junkie, no questions about it, but I love it. I think it sounds great, and I hope you like the tones through the PV Bandit. Catch you soon.